There's this reality show out there that's not just a show. It's basically a live social experiment for the world we live in right now. It's called The Circle, and the whole thing is built around one simple, but honestly, kind of terrifying modern question.
Now seriously, stop and think about that for a second. If the only thing people knew about you was your profile picture, your bio, and the way you texted, who would you be? And more importantly, would people actually like you? Well, that's the exact challenge every single player has to face. And the stakes are, well, life-changing.
And yeah, we're talking about some serious money. In the Brazilian version of the show, this is what you're fighting for: 300,000 Reais. This isn't just about getting a few likes. Oh no, it's about crafting an online persona so perfect that you become the most popular person in a game where you never, ever meet your competition in person.
So, how in the world does this actually work? The concept seems simple, right? But the strategy goes deep. It's a social competition that all takes place inside one single apartment building.
Okay, picture this. Players are living literally feet away from each other, just a wall between them. But they might as well be on different planets. Every single chat, every alliance, every fight, it all happens through this custom-made social media app. There are no voices, no faces, just your words and whatever photos you choose to show.
So how does this turn from just a bunch of people chatting into an actual game? Well, it's not just about making friends. There's a whole system of ranking and elimination that turns this little experiment into an absolutely cutthroat competition.
Here's the basic loop of the game. You're alone, you're chatting, and then every few days you have to secretly rate everyone else from your favorite person down to your least favorite. The two players who get the best scores become the influencers, and with that power, they have to decide together who to block, which means kicking them out of the game for good. You have to be popular enough to stay safe, but you also have to be strategic enough to take out your competition.
Now, this format is a huge hit all over the world, but one of the best examples of its power to create a star came from Brazil. The show didn't just find a winner, it launched a career.
When The Circle Brazil dropped on Netflix, it was an instant smash. It shot straight into the top 10 and everyone was talking about it. And right at the heart of all that buzz was one absolutely unforgettable contestant.
This was Rafael Dumaresque's opening line. That was it. No games, no hiding who he was. Just this incredibly bold, honest statement. I'm queer, from the Northeast, and I want to be famous. In a game that pretty much encourages you to hide your flaws, he decided to be radically authentic. And believe me, it had a massive, real-world impact.
I mean, just look at these numbers. This is insane. In just over a week after the show came out, his personal Instagram account exploded from 5,000 followers to over 32,000. That's not just in-game popularity. It shows that his authenticity connected with people on a massive scale. It pretty much proves that in a world full of filters, what people are really hungry for is something real. But look, Rafael's strategy of being 100% himself, that's just one way to play. The game's biggest, most fascinating question is the one every player has to answer before they even send their first DM. Are you going to be you, or are you going to be a catfish? So, just in case you're not familiar, a catfish is someone who creates a totally fake online identity to trick people. The term got super popular after that 2010 documentary. But in The Circle, it's not just some weird internet thing, it's a core strategy. You can play as someone of a different gender, use a friend's hotter photos, or invent a whole new person from scratch, all in the name of winning.
And man, what a tough choice it is. If you play as yourself, you can build real bonds, and you don't have to keep track of a million lies. But you also open yourself up to people's real-world biases. On the flip side, you could play as a catfish, hide all your insecurities behind a more likable face. But you spend the whole game walking on a tightrope, knowing that just one little slip-up could get you exposed as a total fake.
So you've got this super intense game of popularity, identity, and pure strategy. But just when you think you've got it all figured out, the show decides to throw in a twist that takes the whole thing straight into science fiction territory. So, in the 6th season of the American show, a brand new player enters the chat. They've got a profile, they're sending DMs, they're trying to build alliances, just like everyone else. But this player was completely different from anyone who had ever been in the circle before, because this player wasn't actually human. That's right, an artificial intelligence. The show actually introduced an AI chatbot named Max, who was playing the game as a catfish. Its whole mission? To see if a machine could fake human emotion and strategy so well that it could fool a whole building full of real people and win the ultimate popularity contest.
And that leaves us with this final, totally mind-bending question. In a game that's all about what it means to be human, to connect with people, what does it mean if an algorithm can play it better than we can? It's a question the Circle is asking right now, and the answer? Well, the answer might just tell us a whole lot about our own future.